Busted.
The reviews are in.
Awesome.
You wanted more Joe Concha. And we heard you. More Joe. More show.
We're talking to you. Under promise and over deliver.
Joe Concha. Weeknights at 9. Plus Sunday mornings at 11 on 77 WABC.
Jimmy Kimmel no longer tries to be funny. Not that he ever really was.
Joe Concha. Weeknights at 9. Plus Sunday mornings at 11.
Democrats defending cocaine coming into the country.
Listen, all you New Yorkers.
Excuse me. Taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Breaking news.
And tonight on the Rita Cosby Show, Tom Homan, the border czar, is en route to Minneapolis. Tomorrow, he's going to be there on the ground. He is the new head honcho in charge there. Greg Bavino, who has been the commander on the ground, is going to be leaving. And also a number of agents there will be leaving. Not all of them, but some of them will be leaving. And Tom Homan is set to meet with Mayor Jacob Frey and also probably Minnesota Governor Tim Walz. There's a lot of developments happening tonight, and of course, all of it surrounding that horrible shooting over the weekend. Very tragic, very sad. It breaks my heart when I see what happened in that situation. At least as far as we know, we still don't know a lot of things. And I want to hear your thoughts tonight as to what you think happened in this case, who you think is to blame, and also the rhetoric. My goodness. You heard from Tim Walz in the last 24 hours. He's describing ICE agents there essentially as if they're going after Anne Frank. That's the phrasing he's used, like they're Gestapo going after Anne Frank in World War II. The comparison is so reprehensible that even the Holocaust Museum came out and condemned that remark by Walz, saying it's completely inappropriate to make such an analogy, and it is. Also, the comments you've seen from Jacob Frey right after the shooting took place. So many details we still don't know, and yet they have vilified ICE. You've even heard Tim Walz say that you shouldn't call ICE law enforcement. Are you kidding me? These are federal agents who are trying to work hard under very difficult situations. They're getting their hotels busted into. They're getting bottles thrown at them. They're getting a lot of things happening to them, and Tim Walz can't even give them the courtesy of calling them law enforcement agents. And a lot of that rhetoric from both of those two individuals that I mentioned, Walz and Frey, certainly is fueling the flames and getting the tensions riding even higher. It is a tinderbox tonight in Minneapolis, but let's see and let's hope that things will calm down now that earlier today, President Trump also spoke with Tim Walz, and we're told also spoke to Jacob Frey just a few hours later. So maybe this communication will hopefully get Tim Walz and Jacob Frey to buck up and start allowing local law enforcement to cooperate with ICE. It's horrible what happened to this 37-year-old ICU nurse in a VA hospital. I hear good things about the guy from his family, and it's really sad. But I also will tell you, you can't bring a loaded gun to a protest at a time where things are especially unruly, and you can't interject yourself. I am all for Second Amendment rights, guys, but you don't bring a loaded gun and 2 full magazines and then interject yourself and get in a cop's face as they're trying to arrest somebody. And then you've got a gun? What are they supposed to think in this moment where they're being attacked and vilified left and right? You should stand back and let the operation go forward. You don't impede operations and interject yourself. And that is exactly what Alex Preddy did. Doesn't necessarily mean he should have died. We'll do an investigation and see what happened. But for these people to say it's cold-blooded murder and nothing happened, you're out there where people are spitting at you and throwing things at you, shooting at you, a lot of things. And then suddenly this guy comes and starts getting in your face and pushes you. You don't do that. You don't lay a hand on law enforcement. That's what it looks like in the video, to me, we don't know if the first shot that was fired was by law enforcement or was it an accidental one from his gun. Did his gun discharge? Pretty's gun? There's stories that it had a history of discharging. And then law enforcement hears a gun going off and then they see a gun on the guy. What are they supposed to think? He just got in their face and he's with a whole bunch of these protesters. So there's a lot of questions here, and I want to hear from you tonight where you think this case needs to go. And I feel sad and heartbroken that Alex Pretty and also Renee Good recently lost their lives in Minneapolis. It's terrible. It's horrible, and it should not happen in America. But on the other hand, you can't be blocking law enforcement. You can't get in their face. You can't interject. You can't intercede. If you see law enforcement, you stand back and you let them do their job, even if you don't have a gun. But if you have a loaded gun, even more so. What if you're a loony kazoonie who's about to take the gun and open fire on them all? There are so many questions tonight. And I have a lot of sympathy for law enforcement, but Donald Trump and his team, we were talking earlier today with Bill O'Reilly. He was saying Kash Patel and others need to get a handle on this situation before it gets really bad. Are we on the verge of an insurrection in this country? And maybe we're already there in some parts, especially these, quote, so-called sanctuary cities.
Listen to this podcast now
On the Red Apple Podcast Network. The Idea Gen Global Podcast with George Safakis.
I'm George Safakis. In a world overflowing with noise, there is one forum where the world's smartest voices connect, where visionaries sit at the same table as innovators, and great minds don't just talk, they act.
Download all of Red Apple Media's podcasts right now through your favorite podcast platform.